Hello there guys, and welcome back. So this is our new car on the channel. It's an Audi A1. Let me show you the interior. Nice spec, S line. Our main goal today, guys, is to do the interior. However, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the exterior of this car as well. I just want to make it look presentable, do a little bit of decontamination. I want to get this grabby, cheap tire dressing off the car. I want to address the wheels because they haven't been detailed properly for a long time probably. We're going to pre-soak everything. Bilthamber Surface HD, let it dwell for a little bit, and I'm going to start working out with the wheels. Then I'm going to add the wheel arches, and you'll see the process, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to protect these wheels. The easiest way to protect without even touching them up really. So now we're going to oversaturate the tires, the wheels, the wheel wells, and all-purpose cleaner. I'm gonna start off with the hardest job in my opinion, which is the inner barrel cleaning of the wheel and the inner side of the wheel itself. And I'm going to use an EZ brush, the smaller version. I think it's a bit more versatile and you can get into any wheel basically, regardless whether it's a small wheel or not. Using a really soft brush here to agitate the face of the wheel. Into detailing, tire scrubbing brush, which costs less than £3, great tool. The EZ brush for the wheel wells. I call it the EZ wheel well scrubbing brush. Using the coat-to-coat shower rinsing mode on the pressure washer nozzle tip. We don't need a lot of pressure. So guys, I'm going to use, out of finesse, lavish ceramic foam. And then I'm going to put it in this sprayer. And I'm gonna dilute it 1 to 5. So I'm going to spray it like this. I don't think you need loads of it on the plastic trim there. Easy way of applying the wax without putting any physical contact and just rinsing it off. Makes life easier. So as you can see guys, I've done the wheels. There's still some of that brownie finger left. I'm going to use an arm remover to try to tackle it, or maybe something else tomorrow. But today it's just about making it look a bit more presentable. So I'm going to wash the car with the rinseless solution, and I'm going to follow up with meguiars Wash Plus to remove as much dirt, oils, tar, whatever's on the car. I just want to tackle it today. Then I'm going to spray wax the car, and tomorrow I'm going to do a full decontamination, and maybe I'll do a polish as well. So, but today we're just going to do this. So the process, I've already done it on my previous video, but just to go over it again, I basically just clean the panel first of any loose dirt and grime, and then I work in the Wash Plus with a separate microfiber wash mitt, and I try to remove as much loose dirt, grime, or any contamination that could be on the surface. I try to remove it with the polishes within the Wash Plus. It's not going to remove everything, however we'll tackle it, and next time when I'll clay bar my car, there will be less contamination on. The clay bar will basically be less dirty after you use this car soap and apply it liberally, using circular motions as advised in the instructions. And it also removes light cuffs, because at the end of the day there's a polish and some kind of abrasive in it, so it's kind of cool. So guys, I finished off washing the exterior. Now I'm just gonna put a light spray wax on it, and what I'm gonna do next is put the tire dressing, and we're done with the exterior for today. Tomorrow we're crack on with the exterior only. Today we're focusing on interior only. So I'm just gonna use a spray wax quickly, go over the car, and then we're going to address the tires and do the interior. These are the main products that we're going to use to address the interior. We're going to start with an all-purpose cleaner. I'm going to wipe down as many panels as I can with it, and I'm going to use this brush. This I'll be using on the steering wheel. I'll use this on the leather of the car, maybe on the buttons as well. So you know, on the plastics. Maybe I'll use a spray wax on some other parts of the car. I'm not sure yet. So guys, we're gonna start with, we're gonna vacuum the car. There's not really a lot of dirt to vacuum. Now we're gonna do the chemical cleaning of the car's interior, and I'm gonna start with both of the doors. So I'm gonna degrease this door panel. I'm gonna spray this with all-purpose cleaner. I'm gonna mop this up really quickly. Good. Sometimes additional agitation is required, and as well I use a really soft brush on the panels here, and this brush is suitable for any type of surface. Basically it won't scratch. However, I could have went with a little bit more aggressive cleaning tool on the plastic, specifically on the hard plastic. So but I went with this one and it did a nice job. It's hard to tell on black plastics whether the surface is clean or not. However, one of the unit of measure is just to see if it's matte or not. This panel over here, obviously, you don't really want to brush it off. You don't want to use a brush there, because you know it just takes a lot of time and effort, and it's not that dirty. So what I would do is to degrease it. I'm going to wipe it down. I'll put my APC on the towel. Re-sprayed it, re-saturate. I'm just gonna wipe down everything. Make sure you do this before you clean the windows. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is gonna address the wheel. Many ways you can go about it. You can take a microfiber towel, go all the way over here, wipe it down. If you want to degrease it properly, you probably should use a brush. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna hide the panel, and this will be fine because I'm gonna clean the surrounding areas anyway, and if they get any overspray, just the steering wheel is really intricate, so I'm just gonna spray this on to the steering wheel. My advice here would be work clockwise all the time, just like with your wheels when you clean them, same as with the steering wheel, so you don't miss out on any spots. Clean both sides, front of the wheel and the back of the wheel. Two brushes can also come in handy if your steering wheel is really contaminated, so they're quite comfortable to use. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to wipe down the steering wheel with the microfiber cloth. It's quite hot. We're going to do a lot of mopping up. We're going to do a lot of more wiping down because of the heat. Matter of fact, I'm going to address most of the panels right now straight away. I'm going to use the same interior all-purpose cleaner that I diluted 1 to 10. I'm just going to go and work it in. I'm going to hug this like this, kind of go back and forth, see how much of it comes off. So my cloth is damp now, and I'm going to work it in, working the buttons, all this area. I'm just going to work it in. My finger is in here, so I'm just going to point out my finger like that. I'm simply going to scrub the the buttons really gently. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pre-spray this, and I'm gonna work in this handle here, the shift lever, because it's probably the dirtiest part. There's some dirt here in the corner. I'm just gonna mop everything up afterwards with a microfiber cloth. Just spread the APC. As you can see, guys, it makes a lot of sense on focusing the agitation part on the places that have been touched the most by the previous owner. Mop up. So the shift lever came out also pretty matte looking. That's what I want. I want a matte finish to it. I didn't have to put a lot of aggressive physical agitation into it. Pretty much using the same approach, guys, here with the seats. The only difference is I use a brush on the leather, and I just use a microfiber cloth on the fabric part of the seat. So this is how the seat looks now. The leather is matte looking, the fabric is clean and refreshed. And next thing we're gonna do are the pedals. Using microfiber cloth to avoid the dirt coming on the floor mats. Picked a more stiffer brush for heavier agitation. So these are hard to look afterwards, guys. It's definitely an improvement. So the way I'm gonna address the screen and this plastic bit here, I'm simply gonna use, guys, what I have here is distilled water, and I'm gonna use a microfiber cloth here. It's a low pile microfiber cloth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, to be honest, I just wanted to spritz it up, make it slightly damp, and I just want to see how it's gonna clean the screen by just using distilled water. I want to use the less aggressive method on the screen at the moment, because they don't really like chemicals. They're really sensitive. Green, it's really hard to tell at the moment because it's kind of dark now, but I can definitely see that some smudge just went away for sure. I'm just gonna go give it another go, and I'm simply going to wipe it down. I'm introduced a bit more liquid now on the screen. I'm just gonna, doesn't matter which motion you use, really it's a bit irrelevant. I'm just gonna wipe it down with this microfiber cloth, a separate one I have here. Wipe it down around the whole area. Well, we'll only be able to see the results afterwards, but I think I'm gonna make a separate video on this topic. So okay, our next step will be the windows. I'm gonna use a glass cleaner, and I'm gonna really go quickly through the window. I'm gonna use a waffle leaf towel. I'm actually gonna use 2. This is our quick detailer. This is distilled water to wipe down any residue that might be remaining from the fast glass cleaner. So I'm just gonna spray it liberally. By the way, you can apply this technique on both exterior and interior. It's quite hot, so you need to be working really quick now. Work all the way down the edges. You might want to drop down the window a little bit. So now I'm gonna go in
might want to color coordinate them. I'm just gonna always saturate this window with distilled water now. And you can apply this for every segment of your window. It dries out really quick now because it's really hot. I'm just gonna buff it off now. I need remaining residue. I have none left. So that's about it. Now we're gonna apply our ceramic graphene inside job ultimate all-in-one. But I'm gonna apply this specifically on leather because I want to use it on leather. So just like this, because it's a bit more accurate. It will help if I open the nozzle. Just spray it over, saturate it. And I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simply work it into the leather. And the seats come out really nice. Almost brand new looking.
Worth mentioning, this product will require a little bit buffing with a dry side of the microfiber towel or a separate microfiber cloth.
So guys, these are the finishing result for today. The paintwork is like sandpaper. It's so nasty. Looks clean, but it is really dirty. It has so much contamination. But there's so much I can do in one session for today. Well, at least I reduced the amount of dirt on it anyway with meguiars Wash Plus. So the seats have been dressed. The steering wheel I put, actually I didn't show you guys, but I put meguiars Ultimate Quick Interior Detailer. It blackened out the steering wheel really well. Everything else the upper side of the vehicle, the doors were also dressed. Those were cleaned. We don't need to put anything on them. The back seats will also need some dressing to do, but they're clean and still, you know, I wiped them down. So this is just how much I did today. And honestly, in the future, there you know, I still need to do some touch-ups here and there, and you know, some paint, maybe paint correction, and you know, I'll do a decontamination tomorrow. I'll do a polish tomorrow as well, and maybe a few stone chips, touch-ups. But I think the car looks really presentable now. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.